Hey guys, this is Stock Market Investor Live. Our news today is about companies cautious on recovery as lockdown kept. So, companies in various industries are keeping a cautious outlook on recovery this year after Malacanang decided not to loosen lockdown restrictions. Rosemary Biong, President of the Philippine Retailers Association and Chief Officer of Wilcon Depot Incorporated said she still expects business growth this year as customers divert their travel budget to home renovations. So, as the news yesterday, the government relies 70% of the GDP from household consumption. So, since according to this news that companies in various industries are keeping a cautious outlook because of the lockdown, the level of the household consumption is not at its 100% level. So this will affect the economy. But since, according to the president, his priority is health, then the economy is secondary. Okay, going further, growth is going to be soft because household consumption is limited, but still very helpful because we are seeing some developments, he said at an online event held by the Management Association of the Philippines on Wednesday. President Rodrigo R. Duterte earlier this week rejected a proposal to shift the entire country to the most relaxed quarantine level. He said the country would remain under a general lockdown until people get vaccinated against the coronavirus. In the tourism industry, we have already learned to live with restrictions up to a certain point, and we hope the government, of course, will improve it soon. Hotel and Restaurant Association of the Philippines President Eugene T. Yap said at the same forum. He is hoping that the government would lift stricter restrictions later if it will not do so by March. However, we will not wait for the announcement, Mr. Yap said. We have known that the announcement for the leveling of the quarantine will be out of our league. We have no control. Hotel and restaurants have been renovating in preparation for the return of tourists, he said. So these are the most affected sector of the economy, the hotels and the restaurants, because their revenues come from those household consumptions as well as the tourists or some foreign nationals who visit the country to look and view the country and experience the Philippines. So they have to spend, and from their spending, these hotel and restaurants earn. Since there is a lockdown, there are limitations. This consumption is also limited. So going further, the tourism industry is hoping the government will loosen restrictions soon. The industry's revenue declined by 83% to 81.4 billion pesos, according to the tourism department. We hope that we'll push into a less restrictive mode of quarantine. That's why we are hoping for the vaccination, Mr. Yap said. Ms. Ong said she hopes for a unified version of the lockdown restrictions, which vary by province. What we are seeing now is different versions. If you open your business all over the Philippines, your other businesses would be doing well because it's not as restrictive as the others, said Ms. Ong, whose company operates a chain of home improvement stores around the country. For retail, we just need to adapt in the sense that if you're brick and mortar, you have to have that blended online and physical approach. The outsourcing industry cut its revenue growth projections late last year to 3.2 to 5.5% compound annual growth rate from 3.5 to 7.5%, according to the Information Technology and Business Process Association of the Philippines. In the industry, we have adjusted already to the current situation. Whether the lockdown will be adjusted to a more relaxed one or not, I think our industry will continue to work under these circumstances. And our growth projections were based on this. IPAP Chairman Accenture Philippines Country Manager Manolito T. Tayag said, even if the quarantine restrictions are not going to be lifted or will not go to a more relaxed one, we think that our growth projections and direction for the industry will stay the same. Economic managers and business groups had sought the further easing of lockdown restrictions to fast-track the country's recovery. However, concerns remain over the possible uptick in coronavirus cases as new variants emerge. The Health Department reported 1,557 new coronavirus infections on Wednesday, bringing the total to 566,420. So we SM supermarket is our neighbor, so we will visit the mall, that neighbor mall, in our neighbor, to look at those businesses, those restaurants, and even the mall business. So join me.